I already did makeup that I hate, so let's do makeup that I literally can't live without and will most definitely be repurchasing or have repurchased after it runs out. Already primed my face with the e.l.f. Liquid Poreless Putty Primer. The one in the little tin is no different to me. I just like this because it's easier to apply and I'm not dipping my fingers in a tin, which I feel like is like kind of gross, kind of dirty, like lots of bacteria are gonna get in the little tin. Anyways, besides the point, I used to use the Power Grip Primer, the niacinamide one, but niacinamide is very hydrating and I get really oily in these areas, so I found that this was just making my skin too hydrated, if that makes sense. If you have dry skin, this is gonna be your best friend. For liquid highlight, I love the Rare Beauty liquid highlighters. This is in the shade Mesmerize. I love to put it under my foundation and like my liquid face products because I found that it does separate them when it's put on top, and I obviously don't want that happening, so I always put it on underneath, and it gives this really beautiful skin like finish when you put your face products on top of it. But you don't want to use too much and you want to blend fast. As you can see, I'm working in like sections. I applied it on my nose, blended it out on my nose, and then same with my cheeks, and I'm moving fast because if you don't, it will literally like kind of be blotchy and show that, like, you'll see that like if I put a dot right there, don't blend it out as soon as possible, you will see that little dot that I just applied. For concealers, I have two concealers that I cannot live without. One is super affordable and one is more on the pricier end. I am breaking out right now, but the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer, we know her, we love her. She's just a staple in my routine. I recently just tried her and I have not been able to put her down. I like to let my concealer sit while I do my brows, get her nice and thick, get the most full coverage. It covers up my acne scars, amazing. And if you're struggling with acne and like active breakouts, this is a concealer that is most definitely going to be able to cover that up. It's acne friendly. It doesn't really cause me any breakouts when I use it, and it doesn't separate around my acne like the Makeup by Mario one does in my. For brows, there's a couple products I'm going to recommend to you guys when it comes to brows. So for filling them in, I love the Precisely My Brow Pencil by Benefit. It's amazing. I got it over here on TikTok Shop. I'll link it to this video if you guys want to shop it as well. And then the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. These are both amazing eyebrow pencils. This has been my go-to for the longest time, for years, since I was literally in middle school, and I'm 20 now. But I recently got this one and had to make the switch over. This is a great eyebrow pencil. It's creamy, it's thick. I love it so much. I do have really thick brow hair, so I don't have to use a lot. Now that my brows are filled in with a brow pencil, here's like a little brow hack that I love. If you have thick, coarse eyebrow hairs and you don't have the Got to Be Glued eyebrow gel, you need to get it. It's amazing. I'll link it to this video as well, also from TikTok Shop. It has this like amazing hold to it. Your eyebrows are not going anywhere. Although it's my all-time favorite brow product, just don't get the product itself on your surrounding skin if you carve your brows out with concealer after filling them in, because it will kind of mix with the concealer and then make this really gross, crummy like texture with your concealer, because it is like glue. So if you do get it on your skin, which I've done, Q-tip, and you just kind of clean it up. Before the Got to Be Glued dries down on my eyes, I kind of make my own pomade on my eyebrows. This is the SheGlam Wonka palette. It's one of my favorite palettes of all times for so many reasons. And I just go in with this deep cacao color right there, cocoa cacao. I'm saying cacao because I'm thinking of Pear Kings, and an angled brush. And I kind of use that wetness from the Got to Be Glued brow gel and the powder eyeshadow to just add a little more definition and darkness to my brows. It's giving very 2016 Anastasia pomade on a budget, but it looks so good. Like, this is how I do my brows every time I do a full beat. This makeup look is literally just my go-to full beat. So if you guys need like a little tutorial or like what products to use, this is how I achieve it. And you know how before I mentioned that this is one of my all-time favorite concealers? I like this one specifically for carving on my brows because it's very full coverage. So it gives an amazing eyeshadow base. This is literally what I've been using as an eyeshadow base for years. I don't think there's another product that beats this one when it comes to carving out your brows, especially if you like that 2016 brow look like I do. It's the LA Girl Pro Conceal. Yeah, LA Girl Pro Conceal. It is amazing, stunning. Since we're kind of going in order of the way that I do my makeup, I love the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Setting Spray. This is amazing, but I don't like it for the end of my makeup routine, but I like it for spraying my face in between steps. And I found that this holds my makeup in all day, but it also kind of gives a little moisture back to that concealer that was sitting this whole time so that it's easier to blend. A lot of you guys wanted to know how I blend like this middle concealer area without making it look weird. Just watch and learn, because I don't really know how else to explain it. You really just tap and like brush up, if that makes sense. And then boom, it's blended. And then I just kind of like seamlessly blend everything together, make sure that there's no harsh lines and that you can't see that it was carved out. That's my thing with these brows and the way that I do my brows, is I want to carve them out so everything around it is highlighted and brighter, but I don't want it to look like there's a straight line going on around them, if that makes sense. So for foundation, there's not a foundation that I'm like, I love this is top tier, I'm repurchasing it if it sells out. I'm kind of like, I don't know, there's a foundation combo, there's two foundations that I really love together, but I'm not obsessed with. But the other day, I used the Juvia's Place concealer as foundation, and even you guys noticed and were like, what foundation is that? So it's, what shade is this? It's shade 18. It's dark on me. The color does not, it's not a color match. I'm telling you that right now. But once I apply my bronzer, my powder, my concealer, and everything, it is such a beautiful finish. I'm looking a little cakey. I'm looking a little orange, but please just trust. We're gonna go back in with the NARS concealer. Love this stuff. I really need to repurchase it because like I can feel that it's running low. And I'm gonna let this concealer sit again while we do bronzer. For bronzer, contour, cream contour, cream bronzer, whatever, this is the holy grail of just bronzers and contours in general. The Patrick Ta Little Duos in the shade She's Chiseled. I've had this for so long. Nowhere near pan, let me tell you. And it's amazing if you travel a lot. This was my best friend while traveling because you have your cream and you have your powder. You don't need to bring any more bronzers. Like, it's not going to take up that much space in your little makeup bag. If you're traveling a lot, if you're spending the night at friends' houses a lot, if you're getting ready with your friends, like, you just bring this and you have both products and it's just like bada bing, bada boom. This is amazing. When it comes to setting powder, you should already know what my holy grail setting powder is. It is the Kimchi Chic Puff Puff Pass powder, and they recently just released this giant version of it, and I'm running low on my other one, but we're gonna open up the new giant one because I want to try it. Their packaging never misses. The fact that this is a little heart is just amazing. First time I tried this, I literally like hated the Kimchi Chic setting powder because it was like too intense, but I learned how to use it. I just literally did not know how to use it, and now it's my all-time favorite freaking powder in the world. It sets so beautifully, so smooth. Your makeup will stay in place all day. It is amazing. Top tier setting powder. I will never ever like cheat on this powder. I look crazy right now, but for pressed powders, the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Finish powder is so stunning. It's stunning. Oh my goodness, like the finish this gives. I like a really matte, full coverage typed base, so I dust off the setting powder, the Kimchi Chic, with the Charlotte Tilbury. And I just grabbed this big fluffy brush that I got on TikTok Shop. I love these sparkly brushes. I just dust everything off, and then I get a fine brush. This is the Real Techniques setting brush, and I use this to dust off and really get in there my under eyes. For powder bronzer or powder contour, you guys already know what I'm going in with. I'm going in with the Patrick Ta For Face She's Chiseled, same one we use the cream for, and I'm also going to use the Benefit Hoola Beach Vacay. I used to think that the Hoola bronzer was a little overrated, but it's actually fire. Why am I going in with this first? That's not how I do it. This has more of a cool tone to it. I found that the powder isn't very warm toned, but the Hoola bronzer is. I feel like this is more, the Patrick Ta is more of like a contour, and the Hoola is more of a bronzer. So I like to kind of mix the two because I do need that warmth in my face. I feel like we want to bring some color and life back into it. Now that I'm all contour and bronze, take a wild guess of what I'm going to be baking with. I'm going to do a little bit of brow bone highlight before I do my eyeshadow, and this highlight has been my holy grail, again, since like middle school, since when I started getting into makeup. I will always repurchase this. I put so many people onto this highlight. It's the Revlon Skin Lights highlighter in the shade 202 Twilight Gleam. Now, for my eyeshadow, I kind of do like my signature eye look. It's really just my go-to eye look. I will literally never look bad in it. Essentially, it just compliments me. Favorite eyeshadow palette of all time. This is the She Glam Wonka Bar palette. These are just classic eyeshadow shades. Like, they're so blendable. They're so easy to work with. I love these. I'm going to film it off camera. I'm actually going to post a separate video of that. So if you guys want to see that, that'll be up. And the other product that I use is the L'Oreal Infallible Grip eyeliner pencil. This stuff is bomb, and I'm literally almost out. Like, I have a nib left, so it better last me for this video. I just did my mascara off camera because my mascara routine is extremely tedious. I'm just going to list my favorite mascaras. My mascara routine video is already up somewhere on my page. If you guys want, I can do an updated one. These are the staple mascaras that I literally can't live without, and that's how I get my lashes to look the way they do. I love it. It works for me. We have the Bad Gal Bang Benefit Mascara, linked on my TikTok shop. I'll link it to this video. We have the Roller Lash by Benefit as well. We have the L'Oreal Telescopic Lift, the Ilia Cosmetics Eyelash Mascara. We have the Big Mood Elf, also on TikTok shop. I'll link to this video, and the L'Oreal Telescopic, the normal one. This is the finished makeup look, and for the lip combo, I did this Maybelline lipstick in the shade 999 More Truffle, and for lip liner, we did the Willy Wonka She Glam collection in the shade Magic Hand Fudge lip liners. Peace out.